I hope you're doing well. So we're going to look at another coding problem, and this is quite an easy problem to solve as well. We are required to reverse a string. If you remember, we have already done one reverse problem basically, but we were supposed to reverse integers. In this case, we are told that we should write a function that reverses a string, and then the input string is given as an array of characters, and this is what they mean. So for example, we have been given hello as a string, as an array of characters, and then the output basically is going to be the reverse, which is also an array of characters. And then they've also warned us that do not allocate extra space for another array. You must do this by modifying the input array in place with O1 extra memory. We've also been told that we should not return anything. Rather, we should just modify S in place. So what this means is that basically there are many ways that you could reverse a string, especially with Python. Python has many inbuilt features whereby, for example, you can do this. Okay, so we're going to try and solve this using the required way. Basically, you're going to try and modify the input array in place. And how are we going to do that? So I'm going to have this, which is basically going to be an example of how I'm going to do this. H, we have an E, we have an L, another L, another L, sorry, and then we have an O. So I'm going to have this array, but it's basically just a comment. So because I want to use this for demonstration purposes. And then what we're going to do is that I'm going to form two variables, and I'm going to have a first variable, and I'm also going to have a last variable, and this is going to be 0, and then this is going to be len of s minus 1. Afterwards, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to loop through this array here, array of strings, and how I'm going to do that is that I'm going to have a while loop, and then I'm going to compare while first is less than last. So reason being is that I want us to get to the middle, and as long as the first is less than the last, it's going to keep looping because I want us to get to the middle and keep swapping. So while first is less than last, what we want to do is that we want to swap. So it's going to be s first and s last is equals to, we're going to swap it with s last and s first. So basically what I mean is that while we're not yet at the middle, what we're going to do is that we're going to swap this first with the last. And then we're going to swap this first character here with the last character. And then while we do that, as we keep looping, we are going to increment the first. So we're going to increment it by 1, and then what we are going to do is that we are going to decrement the last minus 1. So as long as we are not yet at the middle, what we're going to do is that we're going to increment to get to E, and then we're going to decrement to get to L, and then we're going to perform a swap. So our code is going to keep doing that until we get to the middle character. And basically, that is how you get to solve this problem, by modifying this array of characters here. So let's go ahead and see. And yes, so our code works fine. And basically, the time complexity here is ON. Basically because we only have to go through this array of input strings. So we're going to go ahead and submit it. And yes, our code has been accepted. So this is basically how to approach this problem. It's quite an easy problem. So basically, I feel like any person would be able to solve this. And yeah, I will see you on the next problem. Thank you.